Now this is a little different than what I usually do. Usually I'm rating games and ranking games and doing stuff like that, giving fitness tips. Regardless of whether you're a developer or just a gamer, stick around because I'm going to give you the top 5 things that I wish were in fitness games, plus an extra bonus tip for you. So my number 1 thing that I need to get out of the way: stop making rhythm games. Now, I know we all love Beat Saber and Supernatural and FitX, but I'm telling you, it's done. The idea is there. All of the things have been done. There's really no need to make another one. You can only slash things a certain way. You can only punch. There's only so much you can do with your arms. Now, if full body tracking comes into play, this is a different story, so take that for a grain of salt if that's what you're looking at. But I really think that rhythm fitness has been done to death, and the only people that are making rhythm fitness games are either trying to A, knock off games that are already popular, or B, do things that are gimmicky but not really that good. And remember, if things are gimmicky, people are going to really want to come back to them. Okay, it's done. Guys, so if you're somebody who's just like, man, I'm going to invent the next revolutionary rhythm game, I can probably guarantee you that it's probably not revolutionary and it's probably been done by somebody already out there. So just stop. Okay, so don't make another rhythm game. We're past that. But don't worry, because if you keep watching, I'm going to tell you what you could make instead. Number 2, stop with the menu screens. I've said this about every single side quest game that I've looked at. App Lab, all the kind of newer developers, is presenting your product in a way that's not just me reading a book. Lots of games have this menu screen dilemma where you log onto the game and you literally are reading an entire book just to kind of learn the process. And the games that get this right are the ones that can either A, present their product in a way that is simple to learn without picking it up, or B, have a more teaching-based approach to presenting their game. Instead of presenting everything all at once and hoping it soaks all in, we call this analysis paralysis. What that means is I've given you so much stuff to learn all at once that you don't know how to do any of it. Instead, give somebody a little thing, and then the next little thing, and then the next little thing, and scaffold or build onto it. So another good way to do this is to find somebody who has a nice voice and have them record the intro for you, because a lot of times people learn better from a teacher. And when I say teacher, I mean somebody telling them what to do. My favorite game for this is Stride, and this is a newer game, and their tutorial is top notch. So if you want to mimic anyone, mimic Stride. They know what they're doing. Number 3, make your game story-based. This is something that pretty much nobody is doing out there. And it's unfortunate because I really feel like this is a missing component that, if added, could be like the key to an awesome fitness game. So if you're working on one, you need to start coming up with some stories now. It's not hard to come up with a story. You can even find YouTube videos on how to write a narrative. So come up with a narrative to throw in your game. Don't have a narrative? Well, time to make one. This is something that I feel is super important because it hooks the player into thinking less about fitness and more about your game, especially if it's done right. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be like twists and turns. You don't need to be M. Night Shyamalan for this. You just need to have a narrative and have your character feel as though they're not just working out, but rather playing a game and getting a workout as a bonus. I definitely need a boss battle in my life. There's no fitness games that have any boss battles out there, and I really think that could really push a workout to the end. Just imagine if you did a 20-minute workout and then at the end doing a super hard boss battle that you can restart and restart. That would be awesome. That's like the sprint at the end of the marathon. And the thing is you don't even have to get clever with these. So if you have a game that's like Supernatural or Beat Saber where you're really looking at the creativity of the movements, yeah, that's something because there's no narrative. But if you have a narrative, and rather than me focusing on the movement, I'm focused on what I'm doing, I could do this or whatever movement I'm doing for a long time until I'm toast. And I won't even realize that the movements weren't even that creative. Yeah, a fitness boss battle. That's what we need. Yeah, maybe there's a good start. Hey, while I have you here, I want to show you something real cool. Okay, give me 1 second. Ready? Check out my shirt. So this is my first attempt at merchandise. And if you're interested in getting my Saber Strong shirt, check out Minty Tees, and there's going to be a link in the description where you can buy my t-shirt. I know it's not a Rogue shirt, but it's super cool. Look at that. Now you can show everyone that you play Beat Saber and you're strong as shit. So help support my channel, buy my merch. Here, you want to see the other color? Hold on, watch. Look at that. Tell me that's not dope as f***. I like this shirt. I'm going to finish the video in this shirt. But don't forget, check out the link in the description and buy your Saber Strong shirt. Number 4, range of motion and balancing intensity. With the increase of volume, you need a decrease in intensity. With an increase in intensity, you need a decrease in volume. What that means is if I'm doing something harder, I need to do it for a shorter period of time. If I'm doing something easier, I can do it for a longer period of time. Therefore, if I'm putting together a workout for somebody, I can't say sprint 10 miles.
No way, Jose.
Doesn't work like that. What I can say is sprint 100 meters because that's a shorter distance, so you can push yourself harder. The same needs to work in any sort of fitness game or workout. Is if you're making a workout that's too hard, it's going to not be realistic and people are not going to want to play your game, because I wouldn't want to play a game that has people just throwing hard shit at me. That's not how fitness works. That's how some people think fitness works. That's not really how fitness works. If you're increasing the range of motion and increasing the intensity, then you need to decrease the volume. But again, this is why people look at Supernatural as often a better workout than Beat Saber, because in Beat Saber, you can get away with little wrist movements because the intensity is so high. The intensity goes up, the volume goes down. And in this case, the volume is how far my arm moves, how fast my arm moves. So I have to shorten the range of motion to make that happen. Whereas in Supernatural, yes, it's still intense, but it gives you enough time to move through each movement without feeling defeated and without compromising anything else. I double dare anybody to play Ghost on Expert Plus, it, even on Expert, and do full range of motion. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Another great example of great range of motion is going to be the game called Audio Trip. Audio Trip places its obstacles in a way that makes you move your head and your hands, therefore taking your entire body with you, as opposed to Beat Saber where you really only have to get your head out of the way, and it's a lot more permissive for you to kind of like duck rather than squat. So if you haven't already, check out Audio Trip. Number 5, and this is key for any fitness program, regardless of whether it's VR or not, is have some kind of mechanism to track user data and progressively overload that user's fitness program. Progressive overload means if I'm doing a thing, lifting weights, running, rowing, biking, whatever, I can't do the same intensity, the same distance, the same weight every single time and expect my results to get better. Let's say I can overhead press 50-pound dumbbells 10 times, and I do this for a while. And then eventually I can overhead press those 50-pound dumbbells 15 times. What that means is my body has adapted to the weight, I have gotten stronger, and it's time for me to increase the load on my overhead press. So now I can do 60 pounds for 10. I've gotten stronger and I've overloaded my muscles in a way that makes sense and I didn't hurt myself. Everybody adapts in different ways. You might adapt slower than somebody else. Running and cardio is the same thing. If I can only run a mile without stopping, well, guess what? The next time I'm not gonna run 2, I'm gonna run a mile, walk some, and then maybe run a half a mile. And then I'm gonna slowly merge those together until I can run a mile and a half. And I'll do the same thing until I get up to 2 miles. So what does this mean? I'm babbling. I know I'm babbling. There hasn't yet been a personalized fitness game, one that looks at what you can do and helps you achieve the next thing. And that's definitely something that's missing from every single fitness game I've seen. This is where apps like Supernatural and Peloton and things like that, they keep you stuck in a certain fitness level. You can only do so much. Now, a lot of people will go, okay, well, I did that one and I'll just do an extra class. That's perfect. That's an example of progressively overloading yourself. However, if a game could do that for you, oh man, that would be the perfect like personal trainer app, because it's legit true. It's personally setting goals for you, and you can even help them set goals, or they can set their own goals. And progressively overloading, this needs to happen. This needs to happen. That's your moneymaker right there. That's the fitness tip that's gonna make your game stand out in the crowd. Time for the bonus tip. This is a challenging tip though, so this is only for the best of the best. Find a way to incorporate weights into a game. Now what that means is you have to take all this fitness stuff we just did, okay? Now I know I did a video on why you shouldn't wear wrist weights in VR fitness, okay? But that's not to say you can't incorporate some sort of real strength training into a fitness game. This is difficult, but I'm already seeing things like Crazy Kung Fu using pass-through mode to incorporate real life into their game, which is, to me, the future. Augmented reality is the future of virtual reality. So if you can find a way to throw in strength training in your game safely, not that dumbass on side quest running with weights. Don't fucking do that, please. For the love of God, don't do this. See this? This person is stupid. Don't do that. And yeah, I'm not afraid to call somebody stupid when they're being stupid. So if that's you, see me in the comments and I'll tell you why you're stupid. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and you're getting something out of it, don't forget to click the like button, because when you click the like button, it tells the YouTube gods that this video is worth your time and it helps other people see it. So make sure that other people can see this video and get as much out of it as you can. My name is Ari with FitPro VR. Don't forget to get your workout in today.